It's been a while.
A while, just over a month.
Yes.
Yep. Loads has been happening in the land of the village.
Oh, so much.
Yeah. We can
Yes.
start off with your seeing family.
Oh, yeah. No, it was so good. It was so good.
Soph Soph had a family trip to Northland with your
Yes,
sister.
with my sister and her
her
family.
kids.
And planning it was quite daunting because I was like, oh my gosh, 2 whole families in a small space for an extended period of time. My kids had never actually hung out with their kids. And it was that, when cousins, and we grew up with our cousins and we were besties with our cousins. And I thought, you almost just assume that that's going to happen. But then at the back of your mind, you're like, but what if they're not friends? But they did love each other and they did play really well. But you can see that sort of older dynamics sort of coming in, and the older kids telling the younger kids what to do and what not to do. Quite funny. But yeah, it was a really good break. Realized that I haven't been on a break because no one counts maternity leave as a holiday.
It's not a holiday.
Some people do. I don't know if you ever had someone go, oh, enjoy your break just
Yes.
before you have your baby, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
Break?
Yeah. People are nuts.
I mean, it was.
There we go.
Yeah, we haven't been on a holiday since before COVID.
Oh,
2018.
wow.
And other than that, it's just been weekends away. And then went for 4 days to Fiji, but that was 4 days. And
Yeah.
I paid for a break. And
I mean, that's still a pretty sweet deal.
it was such a good deal. And needless to say, we got a second child out of it.
Yeah,
So it was
baby making
great.
deal.
Great, not great. We knew you'd get pregnant.
Yeah, we so knew.
Yeah. So it was a really good, like you have that first week, we were still sort of finalizing a few things on our phones for work, and people still trying to contact us.
Yep.
That was that first few days. But it was also, when you go away with the kids, it was great because they entertained each other, but you still have to do what are the kids going to eat for lunch? What are the kids going to eat for dinner? Let's get them to bed. They didn't want to sleep, obviously. So they were going to bed at like 10 p.m. and then waking up miserable the next day and like really grumpy. And then also they wanted to all be together, but then some of the accommodation, the rooms were quite small, so they had to.
Yes.
And it was like, well, you can't stay in the same room. So it was like navigating the negotiation there as well. But it was just awesome. It was awesome to switch off, even though when we went back, because we got back from holiday, my sister left, and then we had Easter, and then we went back to work, and we were grateful that we had that long weekend before going straight into it. But then on the Sunday, well, no, it was the Monday. So we had the Monday off. I said to Sean, I almost wish we'd gotten straight back into work, because we got home and it was like full on children. How many times are we going to pretend that this car is transporting this dinosaur to the magical gardens? Like, this is the same thing, the same story over and over, and eventually you get bored of it. Let's go somewhere. Let's go out. Let's get out of the house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was good. It was good. It was a good switch off, finally. You reach that point where you're at your final tether.
Yeah.
I mean, I was done. I was so done, and now I'm ready.
Yeah.
Ready to get back into things. And yeah.
I think that's it. You don't realize how much a holiday just resets you.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's,
just being away from the norm, being away from your KPIs and, meeting people's needs and wants. And
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. Really, really
time
good.
with your sister was good.
So good. Nothing like family, hey, Sean's never really hung out with my sister and my brother-in-law. Like, we've never had that opportunity. When Sean and I got married, we left the country. And so it was really cool to see him bond with my brother-in-law.
Oh, yeah.
As well as the kids bonding. And then, I mean, we were going to bed at like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning every night, because we were just playing games and chatting and talking about our childhood. And because you have those similarities, right? My brother-in-law is from where my sister and I grew up. So we know all the same people. And then he'd just tell us his stories about when he grew up, because he's a little bit older than us. So, it was really, really cool. It was nice to just click as a fan. It's so different. So hard to explain.
And when your parents aren't there as well,
Yeah.
you can actually, but I mean, it's a different, it's the siblings, right? It's
Different. Yeah. You can
Yeah, it's
talk
different
about all
again.
the things that you feel almost are taboo around your parents,
Yeah.
right? And the jokes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was
Oh, yay. I'm so glad you had such a lovely time.
yeah, it was
I
good.
think sometimes it's just good for the soul having, just having a break and having family time
Yeah.
and also just taking the kids out of routine as well, right? We won't be able to do that once the school holidays kick in. Yeah,
Yay,
it's
we're
all
so
different,
looking forward to that.
right?
I don't know how people do it.
No, we're about to find out.
It's true.
Yeah.
But you have a few stories of your own.
Yeah, it's been it's been a busy one. So I mean, we've been working. I felt like I was trying to not bother you while you were on holiday. But yeah, it was interesting. We've just had a few issues around daycare, really, not to go into too much detail. If you know, you know. But yeah, like my daughter's not been having a great time for a while. And we decided that we would take the time to change some things up. So she's gone. So we moved her to a new daycare, and the new daycare hours are 9 till 3:30. Yeah,
School hours.
School hours. So we're trying to. Yeah, we just thought if we're going, because she's only going to be going into daycare for a term, a new daycare for a term. So we thought, right, how can we prepare her for school? So it's a lot more structured.
Very structured.
Yeah, but it's good for her. I think she needed it. And she's getting her head around it. She has only ever been at one daycare her entire life, right?
It's quite a bit of change.
So
she's not used to. Yeah.
And she's always known how to do stuff, or she's always had that confidence because this is her place and she's been there since being a baby. So she's navigating that change and being told how to do other things by her classmates, I suppose.
Teachers.
Yeah. But it's also little things like it's a really, really kind kids. As in they on day one of the kids went and got her bag and like ran over and gave it to her. It's really cute, and you sort of see what school's going to be like. So it's been hopefully. So it's been really interesting. It's like that half of me has been navigating this change. I feel like I'm dealing with it more.
I was going to say it's a lot more for you to navigate as well. Like, yes, it's changed for her, but she's still having a good time.
Yeah. I was like up until I think 2 a.m. one night just going, oh my God, am I making the right decisions?
Yeah.
It's really hard. And I think that's the thing with parenting, right? You're making decisions for somebody else in the hope. It's almost like the biggest gamble, in the hope that
absolutely
it works out and it's the right decision.
And so many people say to you, oh, they're just little, like it doesn't really matter. But I feel like, those things that they learn in those foundation phases can make or break them, right? Like,
big time.
Whether they learn how to follow routine and follow instruction, late, whatever emotions, or how to deal with certain situations in that sort of stage will, help them through that school stage. I mean, I don't know, I'm just talking through my ass here, but
no, not at all. But that's so true. I think you also end up making it harder for yourself as well. Like I remember reading all the books prior to having a baby, going, oh my gosh, I'm
so prepared.
I'm so prepared, yeah.
This is so not hard with people moaning.
And I'm only going to wash my baby's clothes on the baby wash cycle of the washing machine.
Whites, blurs.
Yeah, now
all go into the washing cycle.
I was going to say, now it just gets like washed with the hose and that's pretty much it. But, you go through all these stages where you're just like, I want to do the best for my baby. But you can also go down the rabbit hole. Yeah, and you can't shield them from everything. So it's if you can't, or you also want them to learn that resilience and build that muscle and all that sort of thing. So yeah, so it's been tough though. It's been really, really tough, and it's tough because how it kind of it affects everything. It affects sort of you trying to understand what your child needs, where the best needs are for your child. Then obviously she's got her younger brother who then, if we were going to move her into a new daycare, he had to come too.
And what space works for your family as well? Like, yes, it's the kids, it's distance from home, distance from work.
Yeah.
How long it will take you to and fro. I mean, you don't really want to find a daycare that is amazing that you have to drive an hour to every day.
Exactly. And it's hard.
It does make a huge thing in finishing hours.
And it's also, the stress that it then takes on you as a couple as well. I did a lot of the of the heavy lifting, which is pretty much what tends to happen in our family anyway. But I do a lot of the heavy lifting, but then I do hold a lot of resentment for it. So then if Jeremy does make a comment such as, "Are you sure this is a good idea?"
Yes, and you're going to run with it.
I'm like, "You don't understand the mental load that is going on in my head right now." And I said to him, I was like, second guessing myself. So please don't ask me.
I don't know if this is a good idea.
I don't know. Yeah,
we're testing this out. We're going to see. And if down the track it's not, we'll just make a change.
Exactly. I'm like, I'm not the oracle. I don't know. All I can say is I'm doing
the oracle.
I know. I was like, I'm just trying to make try and figure out what the right thing is right now. Don't keep asking me if this is the right idea, because now I'm already second, third, fourth, fifth guessing. So it's hard. It's so hard. And I think, that's been my biggest thing at the moment, just trying to figure out if we made the right decision. Well, we know that we made the right decision. It was more, is this all going to work out? So yes, that's been taking over. But at the same time, we've obviously you're still working, right? And you're still doing all the other stuff. Yeah. So like when I said to you, I was like, right, today's the day. I just need to go and sort Jess out with daycare, right? So you just sort of have to just drop everything, because the babies come first. Yeah. We've always said the babies come first. Yeah. So it's just carrying on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And living through the stresses of life.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
And it's hard finding a daycare or kindy or care anyways, as it is. It's hard to trust people with your children. And
oh my God.
And you've got to have that mama feeling, that mama vibe, that gut feeling. I mean, I know with Hunter, and we're looking for a new daycare for Ophelia. Not because of the old daycare, but when Hunter moves, it'll be a bit of a distance for us to travel to both spaces. So very different circumstances in comparison to yours. So yours was far more stressful. I have the leisure of time.
I was about to say, actually, not in that way, but that you have the time to look at different ones.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, and it's hard as it is, you want to have the opportunity to walk into several places and get that gut feeling.
Yeah.
And you were very limited because you had a situation that you had to deal with, among other things, and still making it feel like home when the kids got home and like, everything's fine. Burning house in the background.
Kinda, yeah. Although I have to say, and, I have to say, I was trying to be really like diplomatic with my answer, but the thing is that
screw it.
I used AI. I just typed it into chat.
So good.
So I was like, this is my daughter. This is the situation that we're having. This is the sort of daycare that I am looking for.
After. Yeah.
And it gave me 3 options.
So good.
And
did you say, I don't want all of them, give me top 3?
No, I just said, just give me options. So it gave me top options.
Oh,
and
so
I looked at all the websites, and I then phoned one particular daycare where she's going, and I talked to the person on the phone.
Nice.
And that conversation cemented it for me. And then we went for a tour the following day.
Love it.
Done.
Thank God for AI. What did our parents do? Like just chuck us into any day.
I was about to say, I don't think they care too much.
This one works. It's cheap.
This one's close to work. It works. So, yeah. And that's the thing, right? Now we're doing 9 till 3:30.
Hey, that's another thing to...
So now I'm like, oh my God, my days are shorter. But now it means that my days are more intentional.
But has it made you think about like, what do parents do? There's such a gap between the amount of hours that parents work and the amount of hours that kids go to school. And like, I'm not saying they need to be at school 24/7, 365 days of the year. What I'm saying is that how is it possible that the kids have 10 weeks of holiday and we have 4 weeks, and then we have 9 to 5s or flexible hours, but I'm guessing for the most part, and it depends on what you do, but for the most part it's 9 to 5, right? But daycare's from 8 until 3. So like, has it made you think about that much? I mean, I guess it's lucky that Jeremy has his own business and can work. You guys have to navigate when you work and your hours, and it does take from life.
Yeah, I think we've always had this going since Jess was I was pregnant with Jess. It's always been something that's been in my head. My mum worked a lot, and I always thought, especially with flexible working these days, there has to be an easier way. So we've always said we will try and make something work. And a lot of employers, I mean, if you're a flexible employer, you've got no problems with hiring, right? You will have people battering down the door to work for you if you are a flexible employer, because exactly that you need, families need flexible working. It's an interesting one. I think that's what we're building the village for. It's so that we can navigate this, because I can't see how it would work otherwise. And I've always said that I don't see how it would work without having your own business, because otherwise they're in breakfast club and after school club, and then you need more money in order to be able to pay those things. It's really unfair. And I don't understand how the world has not changed to accommodate when you need, back in the day, totally get it, when you had one stay-at-home parent and you could live on one income, but it's not possible to live on one income anymore.
No.
So,
and if you do, like, kudos to you, but also
Yeah.
I'm guessing is some sort of struggle.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you are living on one income, unfortunately, that one person that's bringing in that money is never around.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
And working day and night just to
yeah,
meet up.
exactly. And I assume they've got some sort of global job where they're not around, which means that
Likely,
there is so much more pressure
a lot of travel.
on the stay-at-home parent, who usually would be the mum, right? Or at least 80%, I imagine, is the mum. There's a load of stay-at-home dads, but if you're going to have a stay-at-home parent, it means that the other person's working crazy hours.
And there's some sort of resentment, right, between the two, I'm guessing.
Big time.
Yeah.
I think
on both sides.
Yeah. I think also if you had a career beforehand, I know that I've said this to Jeremy countless times. I said, whenever the kids are sick or whenever the kids need something, unfortunately, we fall into gender norms. Because
100%.
one of us needs to pick up the kids. One of us needs to be there for the kids. One of us needs to drop everything they're doing to be there. And it's not always going to be him. And at the same time, he earns more than me, right? And so that's meant to be by default okay.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's not okay. And sometimes I have to say to him, I don't think you quite realise, like, all the activities that the kids do, all the lunches, all the clothes, all the shoes, everything is always going around. I always have to do all of that on top of building the village. Right. So I said, all of that stuff that I'm doing on top of building, effectively, I'm trying to build a business with an arm tied behind my back. Right. Because actually I'm doing everything I can to almost give you a clear runway for you to build your business. Yeah. Whereas, and he does, like, there'll be times where he's like, you need to focus, I'll take the kids and stuff, but it is default me. So it's hard, really, really hard. Yeah. And then there is a bit of resentment there sometimes. A few times where I'm like, I used to have a career.
Or like when you have a plan of your day and you're like, sweet, this is how productive I want to be today. These are all the 597 things I want to tick off my to-do list. And then you get that dreaded phone call, or, the kids wake up all snotty and you know for a fact they're not going to be allowed. And you've worked with the kids at home. And I don't know how mums did it over, or dads did it over COVID, but trying to get your work done while your kids are at home, no matter how old they are, is hard.
It's so hard. School holidays, so hard.
Because you also get that guilt, right? You're like, oh, I really want to be with my kids.
Yeah.
I don't want them just to sit in front of the TV, or not that they're all sitting in front of the TV, but be alone. Well, like you're there. So you know that in some sense they're wanting to be with you because you're there. And part of you is like, well, I'm going to get all of this work done, but I also want to be with my kids.
Yeah.
At some point, or like, I want to at least see them and take a few breaks, but, and you don't want them to just be alone.
Yeah, that's it. And when they say, Mummy, can you play with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's only so many setup of activities you can do to go back to your computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ideal would be if you had like a sitter come in and you could tag team and be like, cool, I'll do 20 minutes, but can you...
I'll be like to the sitter, can you just sit in on that Zoom meeting for me?
Yeah. Can you...
I'll have granola going on in the back, or like, otter or whatever.
Or a wig.
If you could just sit in.
Or just watch them for the most part and like let me just come in. At least you know that they're not alone and they're being stimulated, and there's activities and other things happening in the background, and you can pop in and still show your love. Yeah. That'd be cool.
It's a funny one. When the babies were babies, like real baby, I was very much like, yep, they go to daycare, I go back to work.
Yeah.
as they've gotten older and you've got your school kids and they're
Mm.
just a little bit more like, you can have proper conversations, you can go places with them. They're little
Yes.
people that you can like.
They make decisions.
Yeah. Like now that they're people,
Yeah.
not just like potatoes. Well, it's true. When they go to daycare, they're just so tiny and stuff. And I love that. It's a chapter, but now we're on a new chapter. And so you do want to spend time with them, right? Like you actually want to be around them and be part of their development and watching them grow.
Yeah.
So before I was all about, I still want to have my career. I still want to be me. I still want to, and I do obviously like with the village, but having the village is one of the best things in the world.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
now I'm like, actually, I'm okay with them doing less hours.
Yeah.
And me actually spending more time with them and now trying to find a balance because I actually do want to watch them grow and be around them and be with them. And they've got school and pick them up afterwards. And I mean, I'm giving all the shiny parts of it. Jeremy and I will at 8 p.m. at night go, right, okay, back on the computer. And we'll be working. But I actually it took me a little while to get my head around it initially. Beforehand, I think because I was so used to 9 to 5, I was almost like, oh, how are we going to make this work? Now I've managed to make peace with it. And I'm like, I'm actually excited to spend time with the kids. I actually like spending time with them now and getting an idea of like getting that time with them before dinner.
Yeah. Yeah. I was saying to Sean, like, something's got to give, right? And if you look at the amount of hours that we spend with our kids during the week, we try and spend as much time as we can with them over the weekends, right? But it's like, whatever, an hour in the morning, and then you're with them for maybe 2 hours in the evening. But all of that's rush, go, eat your food, brush your teeth, get your things done, pack your bags. Why aren't you going faster? Why isn't this not working? Like move. And that's what your kids are experiencing of you. And I think like
your only interaction with them.
That's your only interaction. So I think that's why we're building the village, right? We want that time for ourselves to spend with our kids. We want that time for parents so that they can, they feel like they have that village around them, that community where they can be supported. Yes, we're providing babysitters so you can do the things for yourself, but it gives you that time to become yourself so that you have time to spend with them. Does that make sense? Like, it matters so much. And I think it matters for our communities, and it matters because once that mindset changes, it's like a bit of a ripple effect. Maybe our kids will be better people than we are.
Yeah. I would love my children to have a better work-life balance than what me and Jeremy have.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the big things. Like I always remember my mum being at work, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I always had both parents at work.
Yeah. Same.
And they were always at work. And I think that's almost without knowing it. I always was like, I'm proud of the work ethic that I have, but I always was like, you work.
Yeah.
And I want my children to have that, but I also want them to know that they should not work in spite of themselves.
Yeah. We see the struggles. We've seen the struggles. We've been there.
Yeah.
And it's endless, and it just doesn't, it's not sustainable.
No, that's it. I want them to have a better relationship with work than what I did.
And life.
Yeah.
And feel like it's okay to take some time off. Yeah. And feel like, I'm not saying they shouldn't work hard. What I'm saying is they should work hard, and they should be successes and, reach all their goals and whatnot, but they need to do it with that balance in place.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
with a good balance. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've also seen bad balance.
Also true. Also true.
So yes.
100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been doing a lot of changes. I know you guys have heard it for the past 6 months.
6 months.
And I thought that our updated design and development of our platform would take a very short while, but we are not developers, and so we had no clue. But now we do, and we are at the tipping point, and we are so close to properly launching
the Village Code.
The Village Code.
.nz.
Please check it out. We're so proud of it. It's so awesome. Do AI, the developers have done
brilliant,
and
their parents as well, right? So they knew what they wanted, and we really worked together on it. It's completely custom built, and
so cool.
It's so cool.
Take a look.
And
the changes that you'll see. So, our previous platform was built basically with what we could afford. Nikki and I were bootstrapping from the get-go. Was, you know,
And I'd
which
like to
one
say,
works and which one can we afford, which we couldn't even afford in the beginning
we did
anyway,
not have a shitload of saving.
but money. We
didn't
were
go.
parents, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Broke ass.
It's not like we had 20K sitting in the back.
No, we
going,
tried.
"Ooh."
Yeah, we hope people would give us explaining. We sort of took our sad story to them.
Yes.
We're bootstrapping this. Give us a good deal. This will cost you 120K.
Yeah. So we didn't have, I mean, we worked with what we had
Yes.
to create a very basic platform.
Yes. And it was clunky, but it worked.
It worked.
It worked.
It worked.
Not great, but it worked.
And we had amazing sitters, and that's
what mattered.
And that's what it's become, is that we realized that everything around it was fantastic. We just needed stronger infrastructure. And so we bit the bullet and spoke to Do AI, a brilliant developer down in Wellington.
Good. So
and they changed the game.
Really heard us, and they've changed the game. It's for someone who has the time to sit for you when you need them, but also someone that will suit what your kids' needs are and what your family vibe is. So that's what our platform does essentially, is if you are willing to take the 5 minutes it takes to fill out the profile with a bit of your family detail and your vibe, it will match you with who we think your top 3 perfect sitters would be, who are available when you need them.
If you don't believe us, you can always click on the rematch. But we know. We've been doing this for over a year. We have a really good idea of the sitters and what people actually look for in a sitter. Well, I'd like to think that we do. We also have, the reasons why we changed it were because we knew deep down what we wanted from the platform at day one. We built platform that we could afford to see if it would work, and I think we could see it worked. And so it took a little bit of time to get the money together to actually put some real money behind it and create a platform that we're really proud of.
I can't wait.
So proud of. But there's also the change in the podcast.
Yeah.
It's not just it. We're changing everything.
We're doing this. We figured, why stop at one? We'll just keep going.
Yeah. So the podcast, we started it back in October from originally a conversation that we had with friends. Probably it was 3 years ago. We were talking about all the things that, all the things that you go through as a parent and we just don't talk about. Yeah. And
all that support you need, but you just don't get. Things you wish you knew that you didn't know. Yeah.
That was a conversation. We've got a little group chat that we used to message in all the time and share memes and all that stuff. And that's where the podcast originally came from. It's from your idea on let's create something like that. And as time, we then created the village. And then from there, it was like, well, actually, we're not the only mums doing this. It's all well and good being 20, young, free, single, and trying to build business.
With loads of time on your hands.
With time and just your own money that only needs to pay for you and, all that stuff. But actually, it's bloody hard building a business when you're on the wrong side of 30
with a few kids,
or
even just one kid, and maybe 3 hours of sleep every night.
Exactly. And being a female founder, how many times have we told people about a childcare platform and people are like, I can see. You can only see if you've actually got kids. Like, unfortunately,
sadly,
you can't actually see. And I know because I didn't see before I had kids. I had no idea.
Oh, no. We spoke
the
about
need.
It before.
Yeah.
The amount of times we feel like we need to apologize to the parents we were judging hard.
Yeah, big time. We were judging them hard. But yeah, so I think there is a big part of, creating this podcast for other parents to tell their story, to actually show that, and I don't want it to be some sort of inspirational, oh, look at them, they can build businesses and have children. It's not like that at all. It's actually, this is bloody hard.
Yeah, we don't know what we're doing.
We don't know what we're doing. There are times where we are running on a serious sleep deficit, or, you'll deal with projectile vomiting in the morning and then you're in a meeting at 11 o'clock, right? So there is it's just a different world. And I think that world deserves a platform, deserves a podcast in which to talk about it. I'd just like to say I showed Soph today when she came over to my house. I was like, oh, Soph, look what my daughter did the other day. She basically, even this morning, wasn't even the other day, it was this morning, she had managed to find my chocolate stash and she just left it like a little mouse, just left it open on the shelf. And the small part of me is half impressed and the small part of me is actually really annoyed that she's...
to show her how to hide it properly.
No, I want my chocolate. But it's like having unruly housemates having children.
Drunk, unruly housemates.
Yeah. They just destroy. Like the amount of times I'm like, this is why we can't have nice things.
More on that in the next podcast.
Yes, exactly. But yes, we are looking forward to sharing our conversations with our guests, bringing guests onto the show. We are so excited to show you. Watch this space. Lots of new things coming our way.
So many new things. Everybody loves new things.
Change is fun.
Change is great. Brace it.
Brace it. Please tell us about your messy moments. Tell us about how your week is going with your little people.
Let us know what you want to hear.
Yeah, we always love a good story.
Yes.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing you next week.
Bye for now.